Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd, and I'm Todd. Deep Purple put out an album in 1972 called Machine Head. It had a great track on it that was released as a single called Smoke on the Water. And it's one of the few tracks that, as soon as you hear the first chord, you know the song. It's and then the cymbal, just a great song. And everybody bought this album, right? Everybody bought this album. I bought it. My friends all bought it. And the one song though that really stood out on this album was not "Smoke on the Water," but the song "Lazy." That's the one that we always wanted to hear. So we get together to play music, and Scott would always say, my buddy Scott would always say, Todd, put on Lazy. So we'd have to pull the Deep Purple album, Machine Head out, put it on the turntable, side two, second track, and play Lazy. And we'd all go, wow, listen to the keyboards, listen to the guitar solo, listen to the vocals, just great. So I got a request on one of the comments for one of my Deep Purple videos to do Made in Japan. The request came from Igor, and that's his YouTube name, Igor. And it's like, okay, I get it. I can't play the whole album, but I'd love to play a track off of Made in Japan. And I've been wanting to do Lazy, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to do Lazy because it covers two albums. It covers the Machine Head album and the Made in Japan album, and we'll play the Made in Japan version. But before we do that, I want to tell a little story. Our community, our city, got its first brick and mortar record store it was either 1970 or 71. The store was called One Octave Lower. And I tried to find some information on the internet about it, but I can't. There's other record stores that were in our city I can find information about, but not One Octave Lower. So I worked at Young's Department Store in 1971. It was a department store in our main downtown area, and One Octave Lower was two stores from the department store going south. So during my lunch hour or one of my breaks, I'd go over to One Octave Lower, look at the records, maybe buy one or two if there's something good. Talk to who was ever in there. The owner was a great guy. He was this tall, skinny guy with a big afro and big beard and little wear rim glasses. I just remember seeing him. Really cool guy. Had a lot of fun talking to him. And I walked in one day. This was December of 1972. And he said, look what we got. Deep Purple has a new album out. It's just not being released in the United States. It's called Made in Japan. And we actually got a version from Japan. So you got to understand, Japanese imports were hard to get, number one. But number two, they're very, very expensive. And the vinyl that they put them on was what was called virgin vinyl. And they're usually 180 to 200 gram weight. And the sound was impeccable. It was impeccable. So they said, we're going to put this on. You got to hear a couple of tracks off this thing. I go, okay. So the employee takes the album and slowly pulls the sleeve out. And then he's holding the sleeve. And then he kind of slowly picks the record out of the sleeve. And then he's holding it. He's going to put it on the turntable. And it slips out of his hand. Really not funny, but it was funny. It slipped out of his hand. And because of the type of vinyl it was made, it shattered. If there'd be a U.S. album made with the garbage vinyl that was used back in 72, it probably just bounced off the floor and that was it. But it hit the floor and it shattered. And the whole store was just quiet. Just quiet. And everybody's like, oh, what just happened? No, not Made in Japan by Deep Purple. And the manager kind of said, well, now we can just listen to the one record because he says, I guess it's going to be coming out in the U.S. and we'll have to wait for a U.S. copy. And it came out 4 months later in the United States. It didn't come out until April of 1973. Warner Brothers, the parent label for Deep Purple in the United States, through their wisdom, decided not to release it. They didn't think it would sell very well and wanted to make sure that Who Do We Think We Are sold enough copies. Well, it turned out it was a big hit in the U.S. and really climbed up Billboard's Top 100 album chart. So with that, with that story, I can still see that record in a lot of pieces on the floor, and everybody's face was just in total shock. It wasn't panic because there's nothing you could do about it. It was shock. So with that, we're gonna listen to and watch Lazy. What's cool about this video is the person who did this took a Stockholm, Sweden concert and he said a Tokyo concert, put them together, and then overlaid the Made in Japan version of Lazy. So we're actually going to hear the version from the album Made in Japan. It's a cool video. Watch this. It's going to rock your socks. Okay, so we have this long intro of keyboards, John Lord on keyboards, and it's excellent. I mean, this is what drives this song is this beginning with the keyboards, but then the whole band's looking at, at Ritchie Blackmore like, okay, when are you going to start up that guitar solo? When are you going to hit those chords and get that thing going? And I mean, that is like my favorite part of the song is when he starts doing it. Do 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 do. I mean, it's just dynamite. So we're going to listen to that again. It's just so classic of his style of guitar playing. And the look on his face. Wild. Oh, wild. What a great song. I mean, between the keyboard and the guitar, this is just a classic track by Deep Purple. I mean, these this group is driven by those two, and I mean the drumming and the bass are tremendous, and you know Ian Gillan's voice is just really good. I mean, there isn't a bad track by him. He just got such a great voice, and he was able to take his voice and really elevate it in this song as well, which is what I love about him is when he elevates his voice. Just really good. So hope you enjoyed Lazy from the album Made in Japan, and this version of the record looks like it wasn't broken. And if you enjoyed this Deep Purple Lazy Made in Japan and this live combination video, hit the like button below. That'd be really cool. If you have any comments about Deep Purple, the song Lazy, or the album Made in Japan, or Machine Head, put it in the comments below. That'd be really cool too. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Just hit subscribe and you'll be subscribed. It's free. And if you ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So I'm hoping your day is just moving along very, very nicely and everything is going your way so that you can be wearing a big smile. And peace out, baby.